Okay, so for those of you, I mean, obviously, we finished many projects already. So towards the very end of the project, you know, when you finish the project, you take a step back. I mean, I don't know if all of you do. I always take a step back and then you feel like, you know, you're satisfied with the work.
Oh,
But-
that detail is not
Yeah,
good.
but the clients are not satisfied with it, you know. So I don't know how many of you have ever experienced such a situation where, you know, you have done your part to deliver the brief, but the client obviously had a change of mind or heart along the way, and they felt that you have not delivered your brief, but in actual fact you have done your job according to the brief set out at the very start.
Usually in my experience at the tail end of a project, the clients like that, the relationship has already been damaged somewhere along the way. Yeah, so usually that will be the case. And I don't know, my opinion, if it's really like that,
I
it's-
agree.
there's not much you can do except to tell yourself, ask yourself really whether you truly did your best, and then you just move on from there.
Because I think it's about the openness of the communication.
Yeah.
If they already, because again the building is not something that it just magically appears, right? It takes a long time to take shape, and the client must have seen it towards completion or take shape along the way. And if there are problems, they should be communicating it with you. Usually it won't be really at the end. If you're talking about the finished product and they're not happy with it, and maybe sometimes it's just small parts here and there.
Imperfections.
Yeah, imperfections. Yeah, but if that's the case where they are really unhappy with the whole project, then I think there's some communication breakdown along the way.
But if it's to a point where they don't want to, they're not willing to release your fees to pay, and the contractor, obviously they have done their job to a certain extent that you can apply for CSC, right? And once that is complete, I mean, we all know, right, that is kind of your last leverage for claiming your fees or anything. Once you finish, you have no leverage at all. So what do you do at such a situation when you feel like you've done your job, but the client is just saying, no, I'm not going to pay you, you guys did not do what you're...
I'm not going to pay you as a consultant,
As a
I'm not going
consultant,
to pay the
as a
contractor.
consultant.
Consultant.
Yeah.
What is usually our last stage of CSC?
CSC. Go to small claims tribunal already lah.
But will you apply for the CSC?
No, that's
Because they have
certification.
outstanding fees to you.
I will apply because it's a compliance issue. It's different from the business end of things. So
Right.
compliance and business end of things must be separate. Because if you don't apply for CSC even though it's ready for CSC, then that's a different issue. You cannot say they're not paying me so I don't do it. Right? But you can apply for CSC.
But you have the right to stop your services if you're not being
You're only paid after you get the CSC ma.
correct. No, the earlier stage.
Earlier stage.
Yeah.
Oh, then yes. That means if you're not paid for earlier stage, you don't do the later stages.
Yeah.
That's okay. Because it's
Because the project is already at the stage where it's
No,
ready
then-
for CSC. And
So you're not paid for, let's say, the TOP stage, assuming it's separate lah.
Yeah.
Then you don't go CSC. There are other ways of handling non-payment from clients, like for example, official documents, you don't get hold of it because you didn't pay me, I don't give you. So I mean, there are other ways, but if they do not pay for earlier stage, then there's no reason for you to continue the later stage, even though it's ready. It's just business.
Yeah, because it's already a breach of contract on their end.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
you
Work done,
have
right?
to exercise your rights within the contract. Yeah.
So on a lighter note, let's have a competition. Who has the longest delay in payment that you have experienced so far?
Never pay.
Yeah.
Never
uh,
paid.
yeah, I haven't
Not
even.
the full sum.
That's not.
Win already.
Yeah. But I realized that actually it's something like what Wen Tian is saying, that the service agreement is almost like a live document, because every project you kind of realize, oh yeah, this client, the pattern, okay, I must go and like next project I must make sure I put in this clause to, so it's almost like a live document. We are always looking at how to improve it further so that it's more watertight. So one of the things is actually to adjust the payment stages. Yeah, sometimes it's good to put the weightage a bit more in front.
Front loaded.
Yeah, okay. But maybe this one is a bit more specific to ID projects because ID, I think, and architecture is a bit different. Architecture, your last stage is CSC, but so essentially, again, is using the imported documents as a leverage. But for ID, what we find out is that for some reason, quite many clients like to skip out on the last few payments. And by then, they already have the finished product, right? And they will find excuses to not pay you, even though you've done your job. So what we realize is that we have to adjust the percentages to front load it more. So even if they skip out on the last one, maybe it's not that
It's
big of a
managing the
loss.
risk, right?
Managing the risk. Yeah, how you manage the risk.
And there are also avenues for you to claim because
there
ultimately
is.
it depends on
There
how
is.
Some
how much it is.
how much is one thing,
Yeah.
but it's a matter of principle, right?
Yeah,
Because
true.
everybody's running a business,
True.
right? It's a matter of principle, or maybe because you really can't stand the client, but okay, separate thing. There are avenues, lah. It's how far you want to go, Mr. Client, with this. I feel that I've done my work. You don't want to pay me. How far do you want to take this? I can go with you. So it's see who blinks first, but it's unpleasant.
Yeah, it's unpleasant.
Nobody wants to go
and you
there.
have to spend time to.
That's
do
right.
it. So is it okay? For me, it's not. But then again, what Alvin is saying is it's a matter of principle.
Sometimes
Like if you let it go, and then it becomes like a norm. Yeah, to skip out on the last payment.
So you mentioned earlier, the different excuses the clients use for delaying the payment. What is the funniest excuse that you have heard for late payment?
Oh, I won't say it's funny. It's more like strange. We always have this WhatsApp group. For each project, clients will be inside and all that. Yeah, and quite strangely, the client just at the end of project handover, and immediately after handover, the client just quit the group. Yeah, and then totally, so I message them, I email them. Yeah, no response at all, as if they really disappeared. Yeah, and they don't even give an excuse. Quite sad.
But I think it's important to say that these kind of things do happen.
It does happen. Yeah, so we have to be
be mindful of our mental health also.
Yeah.
Because certain projects we have really done our best. But there won't be perfection, right? I really say there won't be perfections. But we don't be too hard on ourselves also. This is linking to the mental health of young practitioners. Because I do at the start of the practice, beat myself over certain decisions that I've not made that cause certain, things to happen to a project, and I wonder whether I've done enough, professionally as a young architect. So,
but just a caveat to that, I think it's not just young architects. Along the way, I think even for the older group, I think it's prevalent throughout. Just that
so then
we
that's
probably don't
encouraging
talk
to
so
hear
much about it.
So as you grow,
I strongly
you still
believe so.
feel this.
Of course. Not that I'm an older.
But it's great to hear.
I'm
But as
quite
long as the spirit is trying to get the best out of the project, and you have done your best as a professional.
That's why it's compliance to yourself, right? In the end, you need to reconcile yourself with why you're doing this, and don't try not to take it personally.
Which takes
a lot of
mindfulness
effort
and experience.
mindfulness,
And after a while, you'll be like, oh, I can be like that. And then don't beat yourself up. Yeah, that's something that is for sharing.
Okay guys, so we're gonna end this with don't beat yourself up. Thank you for joining us today and stay tuned for the next one.